In this tutorial, we will take a closer look at the style and drummer simulations built into Jamstix 3. Most drum products on the market create their grooves out of static loops. Jamstix, however, uses a very complex network of effectors with rules based on the true character of various drum styles, as well as actual human drummers and their idiosyncrasies. These effectors take into account various conditions, such as the weight given to the ticks or pulses of the bar being composed, the song power level, relationships to notes that have already been composed, customizable MIDI controller input, and much more. They also interact with each other and use rules rather than static drum data. And to top it all off, you can influence the brain of Jamstix by changing groove parameters given to you in the brain interface. These controls are slightly different for every style and drummer, emphasizing the core characteristics of those models. The end result is that Jamstix can create a virtually unlimited variety of realistic drum grooves with unique accents and fills that come alive and evolve unlike a static drum loop. Here I have an empty part and I'm going to select a style for it. Let's take 8th rock. That is your basic no-frills backbeat rock groove. As you can see, several controls are now available in the brain. These will affect the way this style composes. Listen to how the groove is changing as I click around a bit here. Nothing drastic, but there are styles in Jamstix that cover a huge territory of their specific genre. Now this style produces notes that are strictly on time and with no power variation. This is where the drummer model comes in. Let me pick Carmine to illustrate this. As you can see, we now have more controls in the brain available. These come from the drummer model, and you can tell the difference by the sharp rectangular headers versus the rounded corners of the style elements. One important thing that all drummers give you is feel processing. This includes pocket feel. Now, pocket is an elusive term that many drummers use to describe different things. We use the term to describe the intentional, slight timing offsets that human drummers use. I'm not talking about random time offsets which you can adjust here. The pocket timing does things like moving snare notes a little bit behind the beat compared to the kick. This offset depends on the weight of the beat and differs from drummer to drummer. You can adjust it with this pocket knob right here. If it's dead center, no pocket feel is added. Move it to the right and pocket feel is added, as you can see with the timing indicator in the notes down here. The feel processing also includes power variations, since human drummers never hit the drums over and over again with 100% identical power. You can control that aspect here. I'm going to really let him lose it on the snare. You hear those variations? I don't think we need that much, so let's dial it down. I do recommend you turn up hi-hat variations whenever you feel that the hi-hat groove is okay, but somewhat lifeless and robotic sounding. Another cool thing here is the power hand. Have you noticed how many drummers play the hi-hats during the verse and then switch to the ride cymbal during the chorus to emphasize it? That is what the power hand does. It's connected to the song power level, and when that level exceeds the threshold set here, the drummer will switch from hi-hat to ride. You don't have to change the groove for that. This is something that the drummer model does as it interprets the notes the style model has created. But it doesn't end here. Most human drummers will also add some hi-hat foot action while they are playing the ride. You can control that here. And then there's the ride bell, which is the centerpiece of the ride cymbal. It's much more clangy than the smooth hits on the side, and it's a great way to accentuate certain beats. You can tell the drummer here when to use the bell as he plays, but every drummer has their own preference as you load them. Next up is reduction. This is what drummers do when the song power level goes down. Imagine a jam session where the lead player motions downward and starts to play softer and softer. What does the drummer do? He simplifies the groove he's playing, maybe drops out the snare or replaces it with kick notes. And during extremely quiet sections, he may only play the hi-hat. This function accomplishes that behavior. I'm reducing the song power now, and you can hear the drummer switch from snare center to snare cross sticking. I'm going to keep going, and now he drops some kick notes, as you can see by the red crosses in the bar editor. Further still, and the snare stops completely. And now at minimum song power, all we get is hi-hats. Note that the groove has not changed at all in the bar editor. It's just the interpretation by the drummer that changes what you hear, just like a human drummer would do. Now some Jamstix drummers can affect the way the groove is composed to begin with. Carmine, for example, has this cool little rudiment going with snare and hi-hat that can really spice up any groove. Listen to this. Same 8th rock groove, but different texture and feel now. Now let's talk accents, and I will load Carter for this because, well, he's got loads of them. We still have our steady 8th rock groove, but now I'm gonna dial up Carter's accents. Listen to all that. Cool hi-hat stuff, jam blocks, cymbal accents, it's all being added on top of the groove. And it's not static, it changes all the time, making this groove come alive. And with all of this stuff, remember that Jamstix has limb management, so that you never hear what cannot be humanly played. Carter cannot play a crash cymbal and a tom with the right hand at the same time, and Jamstix knows that. These red crosses will tell you when notes are being dropped because they cannot be humanly played. You can change this, by the way, with the priority knob on every element. Turn it left and the notes will supersede most others. Turn it right and they are more likely to be pushed aside by competing notes. I should probably mention the speed options here, where you can change things like the arm speed to make the drummer faster or slower. There's even a burst mode that simulates the way a drummer can play something very fast for a short period of time. This is the depth to which we've gone in building a virtual drummer that comes as close to the real thing as anyone has gotten yet. Again, this thing composes on the fly and is not using pre-made static loops of any kind. Now back to our brain, where I want to show you something very neat. Since there are so many settings you can change for style and drummer, you may want to save those you come up with for later use. Simply click Save Style As, and your style settings are now available in this list here. Same goes for the drummer. Save here, and there it is. When you use the song builder, you can pick those saved presets when you tell Jamstix to build a whole song. So a little work over here one time, and then you can use it with a few clicks over and over. One more thing before I let you go digest all of this and have some fun trying the stuff out on your own copy of Jamstix. What if you really love the way Carter plays a specific part, but you wished you could add that cool rudiment that Carmine does? No problem. Open the brain menu, click here, select Carmine, and then the rudiment element that you want. There it is. Now you have created some kind of Carter-Carmine offspring, and yet another way to interpret whatever style you've got loaded. I couldn't touch on everything about styles and drummers in this video, but I do hope you've gotten some insights you didn't have before, and maybe gained a new appreciation of the depth of Jamstix. You can keep it simple and just select presets and be perfectly happy with that. And sometimes you may want to sink your teeth into this and tell the style and drummer exactly what you want. The sky is the limit with Jamstix. I will see you in the next tutorial. Until then, take care and happy drumming.